Hello and welcome to another episode of In-Car Series Season 2, Episode 4, I hope. I've probably lost track of all the episodes I've done so far. It's not long before Christmas, so I've been kind of like busy getting Christmas stuff done and also getting stuff, preparations done for New Year as well. And actually just checking on my other phone and checking my channel. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's just something just popping up on my phone. Yeah, so it's kind of busy time, the festive period. You might have noticed, by the way, the car still sounds loud, the exhaust. I've got quotes for an exhaust now, but it won't be done till New Year because the garage that I'm going to get it from is going to be going on holiday for the festive period. And as I say, I quite like the sound of that. Sounds brilliant. If you want to hear it better, put some headphones on, you'll hear it much clearer, if you're into that sort of stuff like me. Now, it's been quite busy. I had my long weekend off there. I've been busy doing Christmas shopping and also been out drinking with my mates. Went through to Edinburgh. My mate had his birthday party as well, and it was quite funny because it's like a fancy dress thing. So I'll show you actually what I got for it. I'll put it on. I'll show you the shop I bought it from as well. So I'm going to be going that way anyway, and I'm going to be picking up the old exhaust because yes, that's me. That's the fancy dress. I've got this visor. It's like off an episode of Still Game. There's these bits here. I'm not one for wearing a fancy dress costume, but I'll do something that's quite easy. You know, just like a simple head costume. So, that's what I'm going to be wearing on the fancy dress drinks night out sort of thing. So I'm not going to be going far like this just now, but just thought I would show you it. I'm going to have to get out of here anyway. That was dead cheap. I'll show you the shop I got it from. It was the Party Wizard on Perth Road. So it's like a fancy dress shop. There was costumes going in there for a really expensive price. Not really expensive, but quite expensive. Depends. It's got a variety of costs. I mean, depends on which you can afford. I mean, I can't afford an awful lot, so I had to just go for a fairly cheap or cheaper sort of costume. But there's ones in there that could be quite pricey. If you're adding them all up, it could come up with quite a lot. The shop itself in general isn't that dear. It's just if you could spend a lot of money in it. So it's just for a laugh, basically. Going to be my mate's going to be hugging me here like, hey, this thing. I mean, it's really easy. Just put it on. There you go. Yeah. Show it off. That's what I'm doing now, basically. So I'm not going to drive much further with it on because it could get a little bit distracting. Just thought I would show you that, and I'll go by the shop that I got it from as well. It's actually quite easy. I mean, you get the stuff with it, like you get the brush, you get the hat, you get all the it gets in your eyes and everything. That's the only. Oh, hang on. So as you can tell, it takes a bit of brushing. The things come apart. They come in. You get the something like a bit of a kit. You get the you've got to do that because if you don't, it'll go everywhere. The hairs go everywhere. To say it's just a bit of a laugh, but I'm going to have to get the hang of this thing. You know, I'm going to have to get practice on how to get this done properly. There is obviously a way to do it, like, you know. God, what am I like? It's not the easiest. There's these bits as well that you know what, I'm no expert at this, I'll tell you that now. I'm no expert at it at all. What the heck? What am I like with this thing? That'll do. That'll do. Hang on, I'll put the other bit up. I'm going completely mad here. Nah, I don't know how to get it all. There's obviously a technique in getting it done right. I don't know how to do it. I've never really used it. But the actual fancy dress kit, it's quite, I mean, you've got to get it all. Oh jeez, this is an unusual episode. Nah, come on, I'm going to just get going because I'm running out of time. I'm going to have to go. I'll show you the shop I bought it from anyway. The more I muck about with this, yeah, I guess just gets in my eyes and everything. And as I say, there is a way of technique of getting it done right. Just a brush and that. Nah, that'll do it. I'm gonna have to get. Oops, I've hit the record. I was just getting this put back on. The button's at the top there. And, now I'm gonna have to make a move because it's getting to get dark soon. I've still got a few things to do. I'll try to get this to line up so you can see the road without the thing falling over. That'll do. So yeah, you get this. You get the kit, you get the brush, obviously, the visor. You get the bits at the top. It's buried in there somewhere. The sort of the bits that stick out of the side. The box that came in, I left that in the house, fortunately. So what I'll do is I'm going to be going there. I've got a few things to do. I'll pass by the shop, show you the shop I bought it from. I recommend it. It's a good shop. It's got a big variety of stuff. Got a big variety of costumes, all sorts of jokey sort of things. Like I was in there and I must have spent about, I kid you not, I must have spent a good 25 minutes in that shop just trying to decide what to get because you go in and there's just so much to see. I don't think I want to be going in and filming to show you. I'll show you the outside because I'm passing by anyway. I recommend it. It's a good shop for getting stuff. I mean, that's quite fun sort of thing. There's loads of different types of wigs and hats, masks. I think there's like fake sort of blood. They've got the Hollywood, like the horror things, the Halloween mask. I think there was a Friday or something. It looked like a Friday the 30th Jason Voorhees mask there as well. Yeah, there's just pure loads to choose from. Like, well, as I say, I must have spent a good 25 minutes, 30, probably even half an hour in there just to decide, because I had to watch how much it was. I didn't have a lot of money to spend, and some of the costumes can be quite, well, I mean, relatively speaking, for it's probably what you would, the going price. I wouldn't say it was like any dearer than any other place, I guess, but for me, I couldn't afford a lot, so I just thought, well, having looked around all the stuff, I said I'm just going to go for a simple thing like that, and it makes a big transformation. You know, it changes your image completely. I thought it was quite funny, so I'm gonna buy that. Like, that's the. So as I say, when you're doing anything like that, driving, you cannot touch that phone. As I say, that's fixed firmly into the dashboard. I can't alter it or do anything yet, because if you get caught driving with that, even, you know, if you're caught driving whilst you're operating that device, even if it's not making a phone call, even if you're just touching it for, if you've got your hands off the wheel and handling that while you're driving, you could get points on your licence for it. You get done for it. So you've got to be very careful what you're doing. If you're going to start mucking about with that phone while you're in the car, you've got to pull in, stop, or pull in and park properly, officially, like as if you're going to be able to get out. And you've got to do that. Then you can start mucking about with it, like, hey. But don't do it if you're actually driving. Even if you're sitting at a set of traffic lights, that's still classed as driving. And if you touch that and they police see you doing that, it could do you for it. So so I've got to get down to this other place I'm going to. I've got loads of things to get through. So I'll go by the shop. But yeah, it's for going to be having a nice Hogmanay and that. I hope the viewers, yourselves, are going to have a nice Christmas. It depends on when I put this video up, of course. I'll maybe try and get it up before Christmas. If I do get it up before Christmas and you're watching it before Christmas, then I wish you the best of, wish you a very good Christmas, Merry Christmas, and I wish you the best for the new year, 2023. So, I can't believe the years have gone in so quick, to be honest. They've just flown, and it's not just because I'm getting older, it's because I genuinely believe that time's sped up. That sounds mad, but it's true. Like, as far as I'm concerned, anyway, I believe it's genuinely sped up. So it's just, I can't get anything like as much done in a day like I used to. And as I say, it's not because of me getting older. I noticed this a few years ago. I've started noticing time's just gone completely mad. It's just been going at a ridiculous rate. Probably half again at least compared to what it used to be. I've maybe mentioned before to you, I was in a hotel in Winnie a few years back, and I woke up before I was due to get up. I couldn't really get back to sleep, and I heard the chickens going much faster than they should have. There's lots of other anomalies as well regarding that. That's an old retro car there for Toyota or something. I just passed there and left. If you saw it, you would probably see it on there. You might know. It's quite a nice. I see the older cars, 80s cars, look quite. Well, probably prefer them. Yeah, prefer the styling. That's the era that I grew up. Getting the hairs in my mouth now. It's when I'm combing it. Well, you got to brush with it when you're brushing the wig. Sometimes the hairs come out and they go into your mouth, getting your eyes and everything. But you get styling gel. You could do all that to get it to sit properly, to style it basically. But that takes a lot of time and effort, and I'm certainly not doing that. Like, but you could potentially do that if you wanted to go professional, get it all, proper costume and do it all properly. And it's just, as I say, you get what you pay for it, and you get what you put in, how much you'll get out. But just for a bit of fun, is it really worth all the hassle of having to do that, like, yeah. So this is me on the Perth Road. That junction I just came onto, that's regarded as the Cinderance. That's an old, well, Cinderance is what it's called. Years ago, it's like an old name for it, old Dundee name, and probably still regarded as the Cinderance, but I think a lot of people just refer to it as the Perth Road, where it meets the Hawk Hill. But that library that I passed further back there was the Cinderance Library. I think there was they ran trams up here, down here as well, and there's all pictures of trams and that. Yeah. It's a congested road, like, yeah, it gets really, really busy. And you've got at the bottom of this Perth Road, if you're not from Dundee, then this is a lot of student kind of area. There's college and universities at the bottom. So I know if I passed, no, I haven't. There it is there. No, I've got to find a place to park. Yes, I'm getting here. Parking, that's good. It's not a loading bay, because there's no parking in a loading bay, and I certainly wouldn't be parking in a disabled spot. I wouldn't do that for any time. But no, disability spaces, unless you've obviously got the blue badge, then that's what it's for. But I wouldn't park in it even for any time. Like, you're not meant to if you're not eligible to. The loading bays as well, you shouldn't park in there because it could cause congestion. Right. I wouldn't really be a lot of film inside it, I don't think. I'll show you the outside of it. You might be able to see inside through the windows, and you'll get an idea. It's a good shot, like you say. There's lots of stuff. Dundee's got a few of these. There's one at well, I had more before. There's a couple on the Seagate. It's at Yvonne's party dress shop, and there's another one just along from it as well. There was one on St Andrews Lane, a joke shop, but I think I don't think it's a joke shop anymore. Anyway, I'll go and show you this one here. Done it again. Keep hitting that. Hang on, pause it. That's better. I think it was just. That's it. So that's the shop is Party Wizard. It's got its own website as well, as you can see. So it's. I showed you all the streets that it's next to if you want to find it. It's just up for Seafield Road, between Seafield Road and Seafield Lane. Hopefully if you're looking there, you'll get an idea. If you're not from Dundee, or if you are from Dundee and you don't know where it is, then hopefully that'll help. It's a good shop. You saw just how much stuff's in there. There's loads and loads, hundreds of things in there. As I say, I spent about half an hour in there yesterday. I spent about half an hour in there, right? Just to, looking around. I couldn't go in there and film about because I didn't want to. There's too much to show anyway. You got an idea what's there. Now I've got to decide what the best way to go is. Just didn't want that falling out, that's all. I'm not actually touching the, I'm not operating the device, and just physically, I would still get done for it, but even though I was just touching the case, I was just moving the case because it was a way to fall in like, but I wasn't actually operating any of the settings on it. So I don't know, I would have thought that might have been a bit of a great. It wasn't to distract me, but if you're caught, put it this way, you're better just not touching it, period. If the police see you while you're doing it, you could get done. But I was only just, because of that, as I say, if it falls, it could be a, well, then probably just say to me, I shouldn't have had it there. I don't recommend you do that. That's all I can say. I won't advise you do it. Don't touch it. Anyway, coming down the Perth Road, you've got the Queen's Hotel on the right. You might just see that. But the heating on it's a bit of a dry heat at the moment. The reason I've got that like that is because if I've got the window open, it tends to drown out the sound. Because you're getting the air sound as well, and that might interfere. So if you've got the windows shut and you've got a demister on that's blowing out hot air, it dries out everything. The cold air in itself is a dehumidifier. Cold air actually dehumidifies things, it dries things out. So I'm just looking at that. Nice. You might have heard a bit of a pop from the exhaust there as I went through the gears. Sounds good. Yeah, cold air, it's a natural dehumidifier. So you're heating it up, the air's drying, it dries your throat out, it can make you cough more. So if you're in the car in that situation, it's best to have a bottle of water or something just sitting next to you so you can moisten your throat. If you start coughing due to a tickly cough, because at this time of year, in the winter, you're going to have the demisters on to keep your windows from demisting up. The heating on is which your demisters basically to keep warm and all that, and your windows are going to be shut generally, so you're going to get a lot of dry air in your cabin, inside the actual cabin bit. When you're breathing it in, obviously, it's going to dry your throat out and make you cough more. Because cold air in itself is, you know, it's a dehumidifier. It actually dries the stuff out. Like you get moisture in it, obviously from condensation and that. When the temperature changes, it's what causes growls and stuff. Talking about that, I've got to get this water for you. So nipping up to, I've got to go somewhere. Later on I'll be picking my mates up, going for a chipper tea across in Fife, Newport on Tay. It's the old silvery tea. It used to be called the silvery tea. It's now called the Fifey chippy. The Fifey chippy in Newport on Tay, in the Fife region, the Scottish Fife region. I highly recommend it. It's really nice, good food out of there. We've been going for years, over the period of years, like, yeah, and we've never really been disappointed. So keep going back, you know, that's the thing. So that's just at all. That's the oh no, I should have went that. No, I could go up. Too busy yapping to use, and too busy. Just got to remember what we got yourself. Go up that road, Gardyne Road. That'll be the best way, I think. I'll try and get there before he's shut down. Aye, so if you're wanting a good chipper round about the Dundee area, I recommend the Silvery Tay on Charleston Drive, and its sister one, which was the Silvery Tay in Newport on Tay. It's now changed to be called the Fifey. I recommend the chippers. So, that's what I would. I'm going to do a video. Oh, there's a new place opened. Tim Horton, is it? Tim Hortons, something like that. It's pronounced. It's a Canadian sort of place, like this hot, well, based on coffees. There's mainly, that's their flagship, coffees and donuts, but they do chicken burgers, hot dogs. Tim Horton or something. It's quite a new place. Tim Horton or something like that. It's just opened up at the up at Asda Milton, so I'm going to maybe do a review on that. So if you just keep an eye out on my channel, when I get around to doing it, I'll stick it on for you, just let you see what my experience is of it. So I've got to be going up here now. So yes, it was there yesterday. The Tim Hortons. Got myself a chicken burger meal, but it's no chips. You didn't get chips. You get, what do you call that, lettuce fries. You get lettuce fries, and you get a dip with them as well. And they don't do like your conventional soft drinks like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Iron Brew and all that sort of stuff. Your normal. They do their own kind of brand. There's only 3 to choose from. One of them was sherbet, but it was tasty actually. But it's a slush. It's not actually like a cold drink. It comes under cold drinks. I'll say cold drinks. It'll come under that, but it's actually a slush. So be prepared. Very cold, icy like it. Tasty, but this time of year, it would have been nice if I had like cold drink as well, you know. But unfortunately they're restricted to that. But their coffees, I think, are flagships. Anyway, not really much point because you don't really know what the place looks like. I'll save that for another video. Get on to that. But yeah, so like I say, if I get this up before Christmas and New Year, wish all my viewers a happy Christmas and happy New Year when it comes, 2023. So I wish you all the best if you're watching this before then. So we're going to have a laugh at Hogmanay because the buses don't run on New Year's Day, and I'm actually off on Hogmanay as well, so I'll be able to get a few drinks, get a muck about with the fancy dress thing when other mates doing it. It's going to be a good laugh. Like, I'm going to certainly have a few. The Christmas is just going to be a family thing, and friends coming around as well. So that'll be good. Right, what I'll do is I'll pull in here. I'm gonna just pull in here just now, right, and round off the video because I've got a few things to do here, and it's probably better if I just see yous off here, right? So if you like the sound loud exhaust and that. Yeah. They've still got the catalytic converters on, so the thing about the way it's running, the catback section, both silencers are off. Because maybe if you watched the previous episodes, I think it was one before this or a couple before this, I mentioned here that the exhaust at the back, we've got the exhaust system on this car is quite complicated because you've got the exhaust manifold, then the turbocharger, then you've got catalytic converter 1, catalytic converter 2, and that's from the turbocharger back to the first join is the downpipe section. That's got the 2 catalytic converters on it. The turbochargers, you've got the manifold, the exhaust manifold and the turbocharger, I think on this one. It's the EA888 Gen 2 Volkswagen engine. It's the Skoda Octavia, but the Skoda Octavia is part of the Volkswagen Audi group, and the engines are just shared, you know, in the models. And I think on this one, in fact, on this one, the outlet exhaust, the exhaust manifold, the turbo's connected to that. Then you've got a bolted onto that, so your downpipe, which includes both catalytic converters. Well, on this, the way it's running just now, it's just the catalytic converters. There's no silencers on this. The silencers is the next section. That's the stainless steel section that runs from about here, centre, just underneath the gear stick, handbrake area. Round about there is where the downpipe meets the rest of the catback section of the exhaust system. The catback section is the section of the exhaust that has the 2 silencers on it, the resonator and muffler on. I call them both baffle boxes. There's that many names for them. Silencers, basically, it silences the note. But all that is removed because on the old one, the bit between the silencers, between 1 and 2, it just basically cracked through age. It was the original one, it's built over the rear axle, but the suspension's not actually got an axle, it's got independent rear suspension, so it's a multi-link suspension. Well, the exhaust goes over the components when it was manufactured, so it's stainless steel. So So it sheared off just through wear and tear, fatigue and everything between them. And the gases, the hot gases from the exhaust was blown towards the petrol tank, which is just located next to it. There's a heat shield between that and it. And it was blowing the gases onto there, and I didn't like the thought of driving around with it blowing a lot of exhaust gases near the petrol tank. So I need the car all the time, and I don't mind the noise. I quite like it. I've removed the exhaust on previous cars before, so I'm quite happy to drive around. It is illegal because it's too noisy, but it isn't polluting any more carbohydrates, hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide than it would before with the silencers. It doesn't pollute any more that way to the environment, because the catalytic converters are still on, so it's still treating the exhaust gases for the harmful CO2 emissions and NOx and whatever else it is that they say causes damages the climate. So that bit there is still intact, but the noise isn't. So it's just the noise pollution. It's not polluting any extra. On the other car, the Mark IV Astra that I had was decap. There was a bit of decap. That was a cat. The catalytic converter was built into the exhaust manifold, so I put a decap on for a short time, just for a short time, and that was actually just like what the cars were like in the 80s, pre-cat in this country, because they made it law in 1992. I think all cars had to be built with catalytic converters, so it was just straight. The silencers were off as well, so it was basically just a downpipe. That was it, like what genuinely happened on my very first car. It sheared off, just a straight downpipe. The noise was brilliant. Yeah, wear headphones if you like the sound of that. You're going to have to get going. Well, like I say, thanks for watching. It was a bit of a fun one, this. I hope you have a good Christmas and New Year. Just see what else I put up on my channel. If I get around to doing that Tim Hortons fast food takeaway, I think that's how I pronounce it. I'll maybe do that on the next one or whatever. Okay. Thanks for watching. Okay. Bye for now. Bye.